Good morning, good evening, guten Nacht. Das sprechen the German, the Deutsch. Not the German, the Deutsch. Hey.
Jawohl, ich bin Kartoffelsalat.
Do you sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Eine klein. Ich bin Kartoffelsalat.
What do you say?
Ich habe eine große Fußkanone.
You have a gross
saying
foot.
Things that will amuse Germans. I said I am a potato salad, and I have a big fart cannon.
Hey,
and that's most of the German I know.
That's all the German you need, baby. So welcome to An Appropriate Amount of Soup. My name is Shannon. The other guy is Dom. He knows a little bit of German. And we talk about books we're reading, books we're writing, and then we make up other people's books. So we read the first chapter of someone's book, and then Dom and I, we're busy people. We've got stuff going on. We can't be expected to read lots of different books. So we just read first chapters, and then we make up the rest because we're clever, smarty pants type people. We're going to start with, hey, Dominic. No, you're not Dominic. You're John Dom. The old John Dom. We discussed this in episode 2. Hey, yeah. John Dom.
Yes, Shandom.
Yeah, I don't have a fancy pants name thing like you do. Hey, so
Shandom.
I've been listening to some audiobooks. Yeah. And I wanted to get your view because I see some people talk about audiobooks being cheating. Do you feel the same way?
I don't feel it's cheating. Mm-hmm. I feel it's beyond my capabilities. I like listening to things when I am doing other things, but if I listen to a book, I miss too much of it. So I salute you who can listen to a book audioly.
I find the trick is to listen to the audiobook when I'm otherwise doing uninteresting things. So I'm currently listening to The Painted Man by Peter V. Brett, recommended to me by Amy. Amy, if you're still listening to this podcast, thank you. It's been interesting. And yeah, so dishes, folding laundry, ironing. Ironing's a good one. These are all moments where I'm listening to this book. Cross-country skiing, less so because I don't do that.
I just find my mind wanders a lot, and if I'm listening to an audiobook, I get to a point and go, crap, I have no idea what's been happening for the last 10 minutes. I've just been stuck in my head. When I listen to podcasts, the same things happen, but I don't care as much if I miss it. So the amount of effort I have to put in to listen to an audiobook is almost exactly as much effort as I have to put in to read a book. So I just read the book.
Right.
Because then I do have a false sense of superiority, and I feel like I can gatekeep people who've listened to a book I've actually read, and I feel like that makes me better.
And I agree with that. I think the best part of being a reader is the gatekeeping.
Absolutely.
That's why we read.
Yeah, because for me, the other thing about audiobooks is, say you're listening to an audiobook in bed.
Oh, I'm going to say that.
And you drift off to sleep.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening to
That's fine.
In bed
Whereas if you're reading a 1,000-page hardcover book in bed and you drift off to sleep, you hit yourself in the face with it. And I feel like that makes me tougher. Because I'm willing to... Yeah, I'm willing to enjoy that. I'm willing to risk that kind of facial scarring to read a book.
Yeah. What's the most dangerous, and by dangerous I mean the thickest tome that you've read, Dom?
I think that the most, well, I don't know the most like potentially dangerous, but the one that hurt me the most was Stephen King's It in a hardback, because that was hefty, and it seemed like a good idea to read at night, which again was a mistake for different reasons. And probably the only thing that shook me out of the like bone-chilling, belly-watering fear I was in was it landing on my face and waking me up.
I've seen the movie, haven't read the book. Are the two parts in the one novel, or is it across?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in 2 parts, the book is, but it's a single novel. And like the hardback is biblical. Like it is massive.
Which I think, see, people say, like you just did, biblical, but the Bible's not that big.
The thing about the Bible is it's printed on incredibly thin paper.
This is true.
If you got, I think, because I actually thought about this as I was saying that, if you got a Bible and printed it on normal thickness paper, I think it'd be about 9 inches thick.
Why don't other books release in it's golden leaf, right? That's the Bible.
Yeah, God won't let them.
Oh,
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. It's in the Bible. Golden leaf.
He invented this really thin paper, and on the 8th day, God invented gold leaf paper and said, "Nobody's using this for nothing except what I say."
That's fair.
And that was it. Yeah, I would do the same.
Yeah, cool. And look, I was going to talk more about The Painted Man. It's good, but we'll do that another time. Hey, Dom.
Yeah.
As far I said earlier that we talk about, so we read the first chapter of a book, and then we reinvent the book based off of that first chapter. Can you actually? I should probably introduce the book, and then I'll just get you to read the first chapter. Is that how we want to do things today?
I'm willing to do that. I am willing to do the reading, what I like to call the heavy lifting, because unlike a podcast host I could not name, I know where my glasses are.
Yeah, so I did. I think they're in my son's room, and he's currently asleep. And I don't want to. I'm not going to roll the dice on that one. He can sleep, and I'm just going to squint for the rest of this podcast. You can't see that because it's audio only. So today we are going to be looking at W.L Know's book Gourmet. So W.L Know, what do we know about this fellow? They were born at the end of the millennium in Hungary as the second son of a young couple. Their mum was a teacher, which helped them to be able to read before they even entered the schooling system. This made sure that their interests were in stories early on, telling, hearing, watching, playing, reading, above all, writing them. It was a long dream of his to write his own novel, and at long last he got there. So he minored in creative writing at college, and at that time he was writing a detective story with other people. The author that they were consulting at the time told him that his ideas were great, but not for a group project. So he gathered up those ideas, injected vampires into them, a love for spicy noodles, and some weaponized autism. His words, not mine. And out of that lovely mess, Gourmet was born, published in 2023, and then translated later on. This novel has been presented, this first child of his, presented to the world. So 2 languages. Fancy pants, Mr. W.L Know. I've only got 1 language. Dom can sprechen Sie Deutsch, but nicht Sie me. Hey, Dom.
Hungarians don't speak in Deutsch. They speak Magyar.
I was just going by the start of this podcast, not the language that our author speaks, Dom. But thank you for trying to belittle me in front of our adoring public.
I would say I wasn't trying. I would say I was succeeding, but
that's cool.
Anyway.
All right. Hey, Dom, what happens in the first chapter of this book?
Well, I don't know because it's in Magyar and I don't speak it.
Do the English one, Dom. Come on.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me load that up.
You
okay.
Silly duffer.
Chapter 1, The Vienna Files. I suppose I should start from the beginning. Maybe then somebody will believe me. I would not, damn it. Even now, while I am writing this, I'm hoping this isn't true. That I will just wake up and realize it was just a dream. Like in Dallas or something. But no such luck. Things started innocently enough. I was sitting in the Lame Duck with half a glass of gin to keep me company. I'm trying to stay healthy, but good gin is hard to say no to, which is why I failed every darn time. I was reaching for the glass when somebody called my name. Aidan Moore? I turned towards the voice and saw a sour-faced fellow who sat down without waiting for an answer. I gave him a tired nod anyway. You are a hard man to reach. Why don't you have a phone? And who will answer for me? I gestured at him in answer. Ah, I understand, he replied without a hint of understanding. There are many who understand There aren't many who understand sign language, and it was clear that my companion was not one of them. Any road he got the gist of from my waving in front. Any road he got the gist of it from my waving in front of him. I'll cut to the chase. I have a job for you. Well, I'll be damned. No shot. I waved at him to continue. People are disappearing all over Vienna. On the rare occasions we find them, they are dead. We can't even be sure if it is one culprit. This finally caught my fancy. I was starting to regret not bringing my cards with me. I blew it, I know. But I wasn't intending to speak to anyone today. But this case here? I had many disappearances, but those tended to involve husbands that were eventually discovered between the legs of someone else's bored wife. This one promised to be more. It goes without saying that I took it. I boarded a train bound for Vienna the very same day. Before departure, I gathered all newspapers and journals to see what they were writing about the case. Bugger all, it would seem. Not this, not other crime, or anything out of the ordinary. It was so sickeningly idyllic and normal. The calm before the storm, one would say. If you've been in the business for as long as I have, you don't fall for this shite. Every place has secrets, tensions, or desires barely kept in check below the surface. If something seems too perfect, it is anything but. I couldn't sleep on the train, so when I reached my hotel room, I just fell off on the bed and passed out, shoes and all. By morning, I smelled like a boar. Even I was so disgusted by the stench, I fixed it with a hot bath and a shave. The breakfast was no fry-up, but I was still grateful for all the eggs and sausages to whoever came up with the idea of buffets. If they were to give me a bowl of porridge, someone would have died. Speaking of which, I was a bit cautious when I tried the coffee, but to my delight, it really was good, as people say. When I was well fed and refreshed, I went back to my room for my flashcards. One side was English, the other was German. I had to make them when a couple on holiday misplaced their daughter and asked me to find her. I found her in the trunk, bound and gagged, still groggy from too much chloroform, but otherwise unharmed. I hoped the cards would bring me luck again. So, Shannon, the question is, will they bring him luck?
Nah.
Okay.
No, he's going to have a rough time, isn't he? We don't have a name for this character, do we?
Yeah, Aidan Moore.
Wasn't Aidan? Oh, Aidan Moore is the character. I thought that was the other person. Okay, so Aidan Moore.
I assume that. Yeah, I think that's his name.
And he's a hard man to reach.
He is. I'm assuming because he's deaf.
He's all right. So we have Aidan Moore, and he is deaf. Okay, and he likes gin, which is gin. I can't drink straight gin. Dom, can you drink straight gin or?
Oh well, I could. Like I'm capable of it. I would just choose not to.
Yeah, like gin and tonic is better, right?
No, I don't like any gin-based drinks.
Really?
But yeah, I had a discussion with someone today about this very thing, and they said gin tastes like trees because where I live, there's a lot of juniper trees around, so that ginny taste is sometimes even in the air. I personally prefer bourbon, which tastes like burnt trees, which is a lot better.
Right. Well,
yeah.
Out near me, up Hillsville way, there's a Four Pillars distillery. Shout out to them. Yeah, they do a nice gin. So I've been on occasion. They're good. And Aidan Moore also really appreciates a Four Pillars gin. They do a blood Shiraz gin. Really good.
I've seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, nice. It's lovely.
Shout out to Shannon for derailing us quicker than ever before.
It's never happened this fast.
It's a new record. What's his name? Got it. Let's talk about something else.
Gin, okay. Look, gin is nice. And I won't hear otherwise. So we're in Vienna. We're trying to learn some German, but we don't know it. Do they speak German in Vienna?
Yeah, the Vienna's in Austria where they do speak German.
Do the Austrians have a different dialect of the Deutsch? I think they do, don't they?
Yeah, but I think it's like Australian to American.
Okay.
Not French to somewhere else. They speak French differently. I don't know why I said French.
Yeah, you really made it difficult for yourself there, didn't you?
I did shoot myself in the foot immediately.
Montreal?
Yeah, they're French Canadians. There we go.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that the same? French listeners, let us know. French Canadian listeners, let us know.
So Aiden, he's drunk on gin because he grabbed a couple bottles.
Well, what got me? Okay, it says half a glass of gin, and I'm thinking a pint glass. I'm like, that's a lot of gin.
Well,
continue.
But was he having a gin or was he having a gin and tonic to start with?
Well, it just says half a glass of gin.
Do people drink straight gin?
I don't.
I've never seen it.
Crazy people. It's, yeah.
If you drink straight gin, write in amountofsoup@gmail.com. Let us know about your gin experiences.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. It's too much gin. It needs a little bit more tonic. Yeah. So anyway, it's off the rails. I need to find a rail.
Rails. Get it on the rail, man.
He's looking at his flashcards. One side is German, one side sprechen deutsch, and he's got a little bit of a hangover because there was too much gin, and he's thinking about, well, what's going on with this scenario? So we have missing people in Vienna, and we have just arrived. So the first thing that Aiden wants to do is to work out, is there any sort of pattern? He's looking for patterns. He wants to know, well, why are people disappearing in Vienna? What is happening in this place? Who am I and what are my qualifications to deal with this? And he, in these thoughts, reveals to the reader that he is some sort of detective. He's working within the confines of the legal system. So that's important to know if we're going to continue to work forward with this story. So he has access to a database, and he goes through and he's looking up these disappearances throughout Vienna. And what he discovers is that all of the people that have been missing, while they tend to involve husbands that were eventually discovered. Right. So these are all. I'm just going back and reading. That was that mumbling.
I thought you couldn't read.
I'm trying my best. I have the words enlarged, which helps. So we have here a bunch of husbands that have disappeared, and these are all people that have been involved with a romantic dalliance. Is dalliance the right word, Dom? Yep, he's checking his phone.
Dalliance.
From Montreal.
As opposed to dalliance in France. Or
from Franger.
Wangaratta. Where do you live?
Me?
Is it a W?
I'd rather not give the specifics out. Gippsland is enough.
Okay, that's Whipsland. If it's a W. Sorry, continue.
Whipsland. I think we are specific. Hey, if you want to find out where I live, go back to the old podcast that reveal that information. All right, so we're looking for adulterous people. We're in the database, and Aiden is looking through, and he discovers that each of these people all have connections to various consulates throughout Vienna. So these are all politically tied people. And he goes, all right, well, that's probably a lead or something. I might as well go and check that out. So he downs another 3 glasses of gin, and then he heads out to the German consulate to see, because one of the gentlemen from there went missing, what is going on. He gets inside because he's got his detective badge that lets him do stuff like that. And then he goes and he speaks with some sort of delegate there. Dom, what does the conversation between Aiden and the delegate look like?
So the delegate, who goes by the name of Hans Gruber, is the detective attaché.
Love to see him fall off a building.
Yeah, at the German consulate. And they have this incredibly illuminating conversation where he is able to basically crack the case. The end. Hans Gruber, or Gruber Hans Gruber, is able to connect all the dots. And they go, oh, clearly it is motivated by the micro island, the micro nation of pirate town. And all I have to do is go there and arrest Captain Barry Morgan, and all will be right. And have you ever seen?
Sorry,
what's the movie?
Dom.
Yeah.
You've been in America for too long.
No. Please, stick with me.
No,
stick with me. I'm
You're
going somewhere with
going
this.
murder, arrest.
Have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
I have not. I'm sorry.
There's this scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where he takes an immense amount of Quaaludes, which are apparently an incredibly powerful psychotropic drug. And it shows you him driving home from his point of view. And he is just like sailing. He's driving this Ferrari. He's doing a great job. And then it switches to what's actually happening. And he's like, his car is falling apart. He's hit curbs. He's hit other cars. He's hit light bulbs, right? And that's what just happened to Aiden. Because he drank 3 pints of gin and went to the consulate, he actually got immediately thrown out for being drunk.
So to go to movies I have seen, is he going into Bat Country?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't seen Fear and Loathing?
Ah, yes. Okay. Sorry. Yes. That's exactly what happens. So he wakes up in a gutter and realizes that, he's got blackout drunk, which is dangerous because he's already deaf. And now he's blind drunk as well in a gutter. And he's looking up. His vision is slowly coming into focus. And what does he see walking towards him? He says, beautiful legs that go all the way up to her ankle. Because it is a detective novel, so I can actually put this trope in.
Put the dame in. Go on.
Yeah, so the dame comes in and she looks down at him and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Aiden, you're such a wreck." Because all dames in detective novels, in whatever country they are, sound like me doing a bad impression of someone with a Jersey accent. And this is actually...
It's a Joycey accent.
Joycey accent, yeah. "Oh my gosh, Aiden, I heard you were in town. Oh, I can see you need my help." And we are introduced to the actual, the sort of, the penny to Aiden's Inspector Gadget, one might say, her name is Scotty Manzo. And she is his sidekick that he basically fires regularly because she's too good and he is a deaf alcoholic. So all this stuff she's saying, he can't actually understand. But she helps him up and she takes him back to the hotel room where he'd passed out in and proceeds to clear out all the gin. And it's actually about 17 chapters describing all the places he's hidden bottles of gin in his hotel room. Just anywhere you can imagine, dear listener, he hid one there. Yes, even there. So what happens next, Shannon?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah. Oh.
That one?
There. Yep.
No.
That one too. Yeah, I know. That's where he puts the little bottles. You know those just little bottles like you get on an airplane? Yeah. Sad but true.
Poor Aiden. He's got a problem.
He does.
Okay, what was the dame's name?
Her name is Scotty Manso.
Scotty,
yep.
And she looks like, I'm picturing Rita Hayworth. Is that kind of where we're...
No. She looks more like a tropey German prison guard. Single eyebrow. She's super beefy, shot putter in college with a Jersey accent.
Her famous catchphrase, Hogan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Right. All right. So Colonel Clank finishes cleaning
Sergeant Schultz.
Schultz. Sorry, it's Schultz. It's not Clank. It's Schultz.
Yeah.
Cleans up all the gin. So Aiden didn't really get anywhere in your chapter, did he?
No. I got to be tropey though.
You really haven't proceeded anything at any point. We've found a dame. He drunk drove and then found a dame.
The dame found him.
Oh, good. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And this book's called Gourmet, so I've got to tie that in at some point too. And we have these disappearing gents.
Sorry, I just had an idea.
Did you? Do you want me to throw the chapter back to you? I can do that if it make you happy.
No, give me a bit of exposition to work off.
All right,
Like
so
try and send the book in one direction, just so I can turn a corner on it, like I usually do.
Turn it in. You want me to steer in one direction? All right, so Harry Styles enters.
Yeah,
And Aiden he wakes up and he's clear. Well, he's clear headed, but he's otherwise indisposed. You know, he's had a rough night. Well, he's having a rough morning, a great night, rough morning, and Colonel Clink is helping him out of bed, saying, "Hey, look, we need to get on with this investigation." And where this dame, this clinky little dame, she is aware of the entire situation. She's aware that people have been disappearing throughout Vienna. Because of these people, one of them has been her husband. And she has been accused of his disappearance. He was unfaithful to their marriage, and their marriage was not fantastic. However, as she explains to Aiden, while we were working through some things weren't going great. I still was trying to make things work. I didn't want him to disappear. I didn't want this to end. I was trying to come to a conclusion. He had also said that he was going to try and make things work, and they're kind of at that starting point, you know, just sort of starting to seek counseling, starting to try and mend their issues, when all of a sudden he disappeared, which is how she got into it. And she knew Aiden from way back. They went on a gin tasting tour together, and they tasted some lovely gins from across the Gippsland and Melbourne regions, such as no, no such as. So she was like, "I'm going to seek out this Aiden fellow." Fortunately, he came to her, and everything worked out. So that's kind of where they've got to now. And so she's picked him up, and she's wanting to go forward to try and work out what is happening, and how can we progress forward. Aiden is well versed within the detective worlds, and he says to her, "Hey, like, I know that I was half unconscious throughout most of last night with my many liters of gin. However, I did happen to find a bit of a tie-in. So all of these gentlemen that have disappeared, while we know that they were all in some sort of scandalous affair, they're also all gentlemen that are tied into the food industry in one way or another." Having a look, so some were chefs, some were wait staff, and different degrees of chefs too. There were sous chefs, and there were other types of chefs that Dom knows the names of because he works in the cooking industry, and I do not. Chefing industry, I shouldn't say cooking industry. Cooking makes it not as prestigious. Is that right, Dom?
Kevin.
Yeah.
That's the name of another chef.
What is it?
Kevin.
The chef.
And Tony. There's usually a Tony.
What are the chef ranks, Dom? You know these things.
Oh gosh. So you've got your exec chef, the chef de partie, then the sous chef, and then you have brigade chefs who each have a different department. So you might have the poisson, who looks after fish.
Mm-hmm.
Or the grand mangeur, who looks after salads and cold foods. And there are numerous other ones. Le pâtissier. Just say any type of food you like in a French accent and pretend that that's a type of chef.
So brigadier, is that one?
No.
That's military.
That is a rank. That's a military rank. I would say like...
warrant officer.
Like what's a food I like? A lasagne, choquito, Golden Gate Time, meat pie. These are all types of chef.
So as to Aussie boys, do you want to explain a Golden Gay Time for anyone from another country?
No, I don't. Let's just leave it mysterious for our foreign listeners. But
Google
I'll
it
tell
yourselves.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad because, dear listener, I'm going to be in Australia at the end of this week. And my dad said, what can I go and get for you for when you arrive? And I said, can you get me some gay times? And he went, oh, what's that? I've never had a gay time. And my wife was in the other room and she hears that and goes, a likely story. My dad really didn't know how to react to it because if I'd said it, he would have probably punched me in the face. But because my wife said it, he was just like completely nonplussed. Yeah, it was wonderful. Anyway, a gay time is an iced dessert treat.
We weren't going to explain it, but we have. I'll have to censor that in post.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay. Cool. Anyway, he's made this discovery. Over to you, Dom.
His discovery. So they're involved in both diplomacy and chefery.
Wait, where's diplomacy coming from?
That came in earlier. I'm pretty sure that was the first chapter you wrote. They were all related to the consulate.
Sure. Okay. I can't remember what I said. That was so long ago. We're 30 minutes in. All right, let's go with that.
He was black.
They're all adulterous whores.
They're adulterous chefs, which is not that surprising. So he goes with old Scotty, and they decide to go and do a bit of legwork. They're just going to go and interview some of the people who work with one of the chefs who disappeared, whose name was Kevin, which is like the fancy European way of saying Kevin, because every kitchen has a Kevin. And the thing about Kevins in the kitchen is that, no one's going to lie to protect them. No one likes Kevin in the kitchen. Yeah, Kevin, I hope you're listening. You know who I'm talking about. And so they go to a restaurant and they start questioning the different chefs and going, well, Kevin, he wasn't having an affair with Betty, who was one of the servers, one of the waitresses. And everyone's like, yeah, we knew that. Well, his wife, do you think his wife did it? Because they're sort of trying to throw out a bit of a red herring. And they're all like, nah, it wasn't Mildred. Mildred, butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. She's so sweet and gentle. And for whatever reason, she just loved Kevin, even though he was complete scum. And they keep interviewing people like this. And this is the general thing. No, there's no way it was Mildred. But for all of his horrible personal traits, Kevin was a brilliant chef. He cooked really good food. And in fact, what had brought him to fame was that he was really good at cooking with gin. And this is bad because at this moment, Aidan was just starting to sober up after his 3-point bender, and he just hears the word gin and it just takes him straight back. And he's just he's suddenly obsessed. And Scotty's listening to everything they say, but all that we're seeing is this sort of an explanation and a graphic description of a man in the throes of alcohol withdrawals. And they get out and they walk away, and Scotty's going, wow, that was really interesting. Do you think that might be a lead? But of course, Aidan didn't hear a word of it. So absolutely distracted was he by thinking about gin. But he's too proud to say this. So, of course, he's like, oh, yeah, totally. We should follow that up. Who do you think we should talk to? And if you remember, I did mention earlier that Scotty was the penny to Aidan's Inspector Gadget. So she's the actual detective who's going to make it happen.
Uh-huh.
And this is one of those moments where she's like, well, she knows what's going on. She knows that actually Aidan is... While he was once an amazing chef, alcoholism has obviously destroyed much of his brain and capability. She goes, we need to go to the supplier, the gin supplier. There's something in it. There's something, I reckon that's where it is. So they traipse off to the gin supplier, and they get there, and it is not actually the what did you call it? Four Seasons Shiraz gin.
Four Pillars. They're based out of Hillsville. They're lovely.
Lovely. It's not Four Pillars. It's the German version, which is Vier Pillars, which sounds scarier because it's Vier Pillars. So, like you should be scared of pillars. And theirs is also a red kind of gin, but they will never say what is it about their gin that makes it red. They say it's not Shiraz, but it's something else. Good. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but what is? How are they going to find out what's so special about this gin, Shannon?
Yeah, and so Aiden is looking at it, and so is I keep going. Wait, what's Scotty? Not Penny. You've given her two names.
No. Penny is
Scotty is the Penny,
and then because did you ever watch Inspector Gadget?
Yeah, he said go gadget whatever, and then whatever happened. I'm aware of whatever happens with the gadget. And then there was that guy with the cat, and he was all like, "I'll get you next time," and stuff happened.
Yeah,
I'm across it. Don't act like I'm not across. Go gadget. Continue the story.
Go.
So Aiden's looking at the bottles, and they all say like, Soylent gin, and he's like, "What is Soylent gin?" And he's like, "I don't have time for this. Like, I don't care." And they're looking around throughout the distillery, and they can't really gather any evidence that's going to support them until they're talking to one of the workers at the distillery, who happens to say to them, my husband disappeared recently as well. Oh, really? Yeah. He was actually due to attend the. Let's go to my Duolingo. The l'Exposition Internationale de Cuisine au Gin. How'd I go? You know French, Dom. Did I nail that?
Yeah, you said it in a very Australian way, but it was beautiful.
The International Gin Cooking Exhibition. That was
sure.
I was going for. So there's this big event that's going on in Vienna, and they're like, "Why is it? If it's in Vienna, why is it in French, not German?" And they're like, "Because that's Shannon didn't study German. He knows a little bit of French." Like, okay.
Cause cooking.
Huh?
Cause cooking.
Is that German for cooking?
I just said cooking. I wasn't trying to say it with an accent. No, in cooking, they always use French words when they can. There's a certain level of pretension. Yeah.
Yeah. So this person, his husband was within the this cooking exhibition.
His husband, I like that.
They're progressive.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's Europe, baby.
And they don't even like each other. They just got married to make a point.
Yeah,
to the rest of the world.
There's a political agenda involved.
Yeah.
You made it weird. I didn't make it weird. And so they're going across to the gin exhibition, right? And this is where it's all going to go down. Because step one, item one, agenda item one, thing one. All of the various adulterous husbands are all tied to this exhibition. They all had tickets, or they were going to be involved in the manufacture or the distribution, or one of them was just going to work the door. Like he was just he had a torch and he was going to tell people, "You go sit over there." That was that guy's job. Other people were involved in more significant ways, some less, but they were all involved some way, somehow. So that's number one. Number two is that somehow Aiden's gin addiction, which we clearly know that's what it is at this point, that was a ploy to make sure that Aiden was actually here as well. They knew that Aiden was going to be attending the International Gin Cooking Exhibition, And that's why they ran this whole thing. So now Aiden is here. So the pieces are starting to stack up. I'm getting all of this ready so that Dom can knock it down in the next chapter. So Dom, I need your full attention.
Yeah,
Stop
I'm
yawning.
ready. I'm ready.
Stop yawning.
Oh no, I'm not yawning.
No, I saw you yawn. I've got a camera.
It's not a yawn. It's not a yawn. I'm getting in the role. I'm method acting.
I'm method acting someone who's bored of what's going on.
I'm method BSing is what I'm doing.
All right, so we've got an addiction. We have all of the people that are linked together, and we have our Scotty, our precious little Scotty, who looks like
Big Scotty.
Colonel Clink / Schultz, somewhere
Sergeant Schultz. Yeah.
combined, and a little bit of Rita Hayworth, just a touch of Hayworth,
Just a little bit.
in the
Just
eyes. You can see it in the eyes.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
a sparkle there. And her husband, who has gone missing, we find out here as she talks to Aiden, he was the president of the International Gin Committee, the very same person who was going to host this elaborate event. And all of the pieces are falling into place. A dark shadow looms over the exhibition building where all of this is happening. And Aiden walks in. And then everyone goes silent immediately. Every single person attending turns to the front where Aiden and Scotty have entered. For what reason, Dom? Why are they all looking?
Well, they're not looking at Scotty and Aiden, clearly, because they're waiting for the president of the Exhibition de la Cuisine de Gin de Vienna Biennial Expo 88.
Oh,
And, love it. And so everyone starts clapping, and at first, Scotty and Aiden are a little distressed, but then they realize it's not them, and they turn around, and who is there but Scotty's husband, and not the server that he was having an affair with, but Romina Yazzi, who was another famous chef in Vienna, who had also gone missing. And they're there, and like the thing is, Scotty's husband had only been missing for a few weeks, whereas Romina Yazzi had been missing for years.
Yeah.
She hasn't been seen.
5 dice worth of missing.
Yeah. And as they come in, you see some people like close the door to the convention room behind them and lock it. Everyone's clapping, and suddenly Scotty has 2 revelations. One is that they are the only people in the room who aren't meant to be there. And the other thing is that everyone else in the room, vampires.
Obviously.
And they get killed immediately by the vampires and eaten, and their blood is then put into the gin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes the gin red.
It's a literal blood Shiraz.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they also have blood orange and blood pudding, which actually is made out of blood, so that kind of doesn't make sense. But anyway,
and blood.
Yeah, just bottles of blood, and that's it. So the chapter ends like 20 years in the future, because the whole plan was to get the world's best chefs and make vampire blood tasty,
obviously,
and then put it in gin. Gin was clearly the first step.
Yep.
And then put it in everything, and then everyone becomes vampires.
Cool. All right, that's the prologue. Chapter 1. What happens?
Chapter 1. Well, this is set 1,000 years later, and this is about the daywalker, whose name is Blade. That's the French pronunciation. Sorry, Le Blade.
Le Blade.
Le Blade, played by Le Wesley Snipes. Yep. Over to you, Shannon.
Wait, hold on. Are we going forward?
I don't think we should, but you said that was just the prologue, and it really threw me.
I'm looking at blood. Yeah, lame, lame, la lame. Yeah, and that's in the second book. I think we've covered this book well enough. So yeah, they all turn into vampires or they die.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the options, and then we don't know. We don't know ultimately. Do Scotty and Aiden become vampires? Or do they not? Do they just die?
They become vampires.
Oh, they become
sorry.
vampires.
I spoiled it. My bad.
Why do you like this as a person?
I can't help myself. I just get excited.
I think, like, ultimately, right, you can choose to be anything that you want. You have so much potential. If you wanted to lead a country, you could lead a country. If you want to be an astronaut, you could be an astronaut. And ultimately, what you choose is to be this.
I'm sorry. I don't know. My dad never loved me, and my mum's crazy.
Yep.
And I just was never good enough.
like you say your mum's crazy, I immediately go, yes, having never met your mother. Oh, yeah, she's nuts.
Yeah.
No, she's lovely.
Lucky for you, she doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Or she'd come out to Warwick Nabil and kick you in the jallywhacker.
Yeah. That's the kicking spot. Weird that your dad doesn't love you because he loves me. So that's anyway. So I think
he's very progressive like that.
Yeah, he's European.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've nailed this book. I'm just going to have a quick look-see and see how we went. So let's look at the blurb. So, am I dead now? Well, it depends on how you look at it. The dead are not this lively.
Can we just stop right then?
We can stop.
Yes.
We can end the podcast.
100% right. That Am I Dead Now is the end of the book as we wrote it.
Yeah, we've nailed that.
Scotty and Aiden wondering, are they dead?
Uh-huh.
Yes, they are. Okay, continue.
The dead are not this lively. They don't ask questions. They don't walk. They don't get shy at the last word. She winked at me, sending a chill down my spine. But I didn't get goosebumps. By R.L. Stein. Have you read Goosebumps?
I did not. I was a grown-up when they came out.
Really?
Yeah.
How grown? Like, really? Because I was
working. I was working in a library, actually, and kids would come in and borrow them.
Like
I was
me.
a grown-up, so
yeah.
Were
you a grown-up or a teenager?
No, I was a grown-up. I was in my 20s.
Okay. With that, is our age gap that big? I read them.
It is quite large.
Okay,
yeah.
You're an old man. For Jerome Villeneuve, the illusion of a peaceful life was shattered when Agatha Scarbeck, the most loyal regular at his restaurant, attacked and drained him of his blood. All right, so we nailed vampires. Did we know something about vampires?
It may have been mentioned in the bio.
Okay. I was hoping we jumped onto that. Or just the tie between chefs and vampires.
Edit that out. Edit that out to make us sound smarter.
I'll put a censor in so we sound like we knew what was going on. But instead of joining his wife and their children at the Cimetière de Père Lachaise, hey, we nailed French.
Which is actual French for the International Gin Festival.
Exactly. His eyes opened up more than ever before, and he learned a side of Vienna and of life he never knew existed. Robbed of his sense of taste, hiding from sunlight, he believed continuing on as a chef was impossible. But to his wealthy patron, the ancient and charismatic Mandarin, there is no such thing as impossible. Nonetheless, unlife has a hefty price. And as he reinvents over and over again, it becomes less and less likely that Jerome can afford to pay it. Hunting him across the globe is mute Scottish private detective Aidan Moore. Mute? Hey, did we get... We did everything but mute. He was blind, drunk,
totally
he was deaf, he wasn't mute. So close.
We are so ableist. I'm sorry.
So, mute Scottish private detective Aidan Moore, who is perhaps fleeing his own demons as much as hunting Vienna's vampires. pretty close.
I think we wrote the negative of that, you know? We had everything right, just actually 100% wrong.
Yeah, like we tried.
Yeah.
And that's...
And vampires.
Yeah, there were vampires. There was French.
Yep. There was cooking.
There was cooking. We Aidan
There
Moore
was the
had...
International Gin Festival.
Which was in there. Aidan Moore had his various ailments, although he was mute in this one and ours. He was deaf and blind, drunk. So it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm going to give
I
us
think I would.
the gold star.
Yeah. Oh, just one?
Well, I only have one. How many do you have?
Okay. No, I don't have any. I was hoping you had one of a whole sheet of them.
Oh, I'll buy some and I'll send them through to you so that you can put them up in your little wooden observatory.
Episode 11, 2 gold stars. Yes. So the most important question, what's the soup rating?
Is there some sort of blood soup? Is that a thing?
I'm sure there is, but it sounds disgusting.
Yeah. What about, is there like, you know what I'm thinking? I don't know if soup is the right word. You should know what I'm thinking. You have that power. I don't know if soup is the right thing for this, but like a chorizo and lentil type and, tomato base. Is that a soup, or am I just making up like a stew
It
again?
certainly could be.
Yeah.
Like the line between soup and stew is not clear.
Because we've got all the cheating husbands, like that adds a little bit of spice. I'm just googling chorizo and lentil stew soup. Sorry, while I'm here, chorizo lentil soup. Yeah, red lentil and chorizo soup. That's a thing. Okay, I didn't just come up with that. So there's a little bit of spice to it. A little bit of the unfamiliar. It's got those European sort of vibes. It's not exactly where we'd normally go, and it gives us a sense of the other. So I'm going with lentil and chorizo. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm going to go with a vodka tomato soup.
Gin was right there.
I know it was. The reason I didn't is because gin tastes like butts. And there's actually, if you cook tomatoes, if you cook a highly acidic vegetable with vodka, it actually does amazing things to the flavor profile. Like it's a way to cook things really, really nicely. And so I wanted to keep the booze in, but I just think gin and tomato soup would taste terrible. And the other thing, this is a refined technique. Chefs around the world respect it and use it. And this was a book about chefs. And also the other soup I was going to use would be, what's it called? I ate some on the weekend. Goulash.
Pumpkin? Oh, goulash.
Goulash. Because the author is Hungarian and that's where goulash is from.
I thought it was Russian. Is it Hungarian?
Wow, way to get every Hungarian to hate you.
Well, I'm learning. I'm Hungarians, our Hungarian audience, which is going to be the author of this book, and any of their friends they direct our way.
I have a Hungarian friend, and I went to his house for goulash and Smurfs because he still hasn't worked out what a schmore is. He still calls them Smurfs.
So you were watching the TV show The Smurfs?
We weren't. We were eating s'mores.
Where are the Smurfs from?
Smurfland? I don't know.
No, as in who? I'm looking it up. Hold on.
I think it's Hanna-Barbera.
No, like the country of it's Belgian? Dutch. They're Dutch.
They're Dutch.
I think.
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm Googling. It's a Dutch translation of the French Schtroumpf. What? I don't know. Belgian. No, it's Belgian.
Okay, and the award today for derailing at the earliest and latest point goes to Shannon. Well done. We finished the way we started, talking about completely irrelevant stuff. You've got a gift. You've got a gift, Shannon.
I
See,
try.
you say that I could have been anything, but I chose this. But Shannon, you could have only been one thing, and it's who you are, and it's beautiful.
I'm sorry about who I am. Until next time, our apologies
Thank
as
you.
always. We love you. And make sure you hit all the subscribe buttons on whatever platform you're on. And, tell your nan about us. She'll like us.
And answer our questions about French dialects.
Bye.
Bye.
Show about books and thing about books. Everyone's looking at the books, reading the books with the eyeball books. Everything's books.